This is Hidden Killers Week in Review.
A look back at the most prolific stories of the week.
This is the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Brueski.
Featuring author, psychologist, and daily contributor, Siobhan Scott.
The case against Richard Allen, the man accused of being the Delphi murderer, well, yes, it just gets stranger and stranger. What we were planning on talking about is the hearing. It's now been pushed back to March 18th. The arguments, Gull expected to hear two issues during the hearing next month. A filing made by Carroll County prosecutor Nick McClelland to amend charges against Delphi murder suspect Richard Allen on the January 29th filing by McClelland seeking to hold Allen's attorney in contempt of court. Allen, of course, already facing those 2 counts of murder. However, McClelland is seeking to add 2 additional counts of murder and 2 counts of kidnapping against Allen, with no additional evidence, by the way, and that's what they'll be hearing there. McClelland arguing that Allen's attorneys Bradley, Rozzi, and Andrew Baldwin should be held in contempt for evidence leaks traced back to Baldwin's office and for violation of gag orders. But wait, there's more. Just coming out in the last few days, we have learned that critical evidence that was on the side of the prosecution was destroyed. Video evidence of interviews with 2 suspected Odinists that were possibly considered suspects in the murder. That video evidence, it's gone due to a DVR program error discovered on 9/20 of 2017. All recordings up to February 20th, 2017 are recorded over. There's no detectable audio found on the drive, is what they're saying, as the defense going, we need to see this information here of these other people that you suspected. Well, guess what? We don't have it anymore. It just happens to be gone. So, Siobhan, you're learning about this as I say it. They're seeking to have the case dismissed now with this new chapter of insanity into it. To not have the evidence, to not have those interviews that were conducted the weeks the girls went missing with people that they suspected could possibly be the killer. And it took 4 years to arrest Richard Allen, who raised his hand saying, I was there. It seems a little suspect and continues to play into this cover-up conspiracy theory.
Really disturbing. My first thought is, can they get a better IT person to help them out with their equipment? Oh, my Lord. What a mess. Yeah, that's really disturbing.
It just is. It's one of those cases where it gets stranger and stranger by the week. And it makes me wonder, we're talking about Odinists again here that are on the tape, and I don't really buy that there's a cult out there sacrificing children, but I do buy that, there could be suspects out there and people who are really not the brightest in the world and really get their identity by watching too much Marvel and Thor, and they think it's cool to have a Odinist tattoo or things of that nature in mass. That being said, this information is gone. We're sitting here with Richard Allen in prison the way that we are. I don't understand how so many of these things happen in the way that they do, and the system just continues to ride along like there's no problems. That's just been kind of shocking to me, the way Gull's been handling everything. What's been your thoughts?
Yeah, it's just one of those ones where you can tick off the boxes going, there's an uh-oh, there's an uh-oh, there's an uh-oh. And it's, I still can't say I am convinced he didn't do it. I don't know. Yeah. We don't see all the evidence, but it's just one disturbing thing after another. And we want everyone to have a fair trial.
People obviously don't like being wrong. People don't like being in a situation where maybe they did something on accident. They're going to cover it up. And that's what I'm wondering here. Is this a case from your perspective where you're looking at it where maybe something was messed up here? Maybe this is it. Maybe because this DVR malfunctioned or somebody recorded over it with old episodes of Growing Pains, that suddenly, oh my gosh, we got him, but we got to make sure it's him, because the other ones that we thought we don't have that evidence anymore. So there seemed to be some reason to double, triple, quadruple down on Richard Allen and stay there and not move there. Is it because they really think it's him, or is it this just like one person had to cover up for one thing, another person's going to cover up for that, and it just turned into this kind of group cornucopia of everybody covering up for everybody, which I guess when you get that intertwined, you kind of have a conspiracy and everybody has a reason to cover up.
Yeah. And it could be both. It could be both. It could be that he did it, that they're convinced he did it, but they have still screwed up over and over and over and are doubling down. And, it's just one of these bizarre cases that we would like to see it clean, clear, everything by the book, and it's never been that way.
I mean, is that something that we see in obviously there's a groupthink type thing that goes on, and when we're talking about this kind of small community, these government entities, is that something that we see often where it's, we're just going to operate in our own weird ecosystem way, the way that we work? Some of us are shadier than others, but we're all going to kind of cover and just kind of move forward no matter what. I mean, is this kind of like a protect the blue type thing going on, or protect the Delphi, because we're talking about more than just the police in this sort of situation?
Yeah, I fear that it happens more than it should. And I don't know that we have any way to know that, other than when, we've talked about the Innocence Project recently, when the Innocence Project has gotten involved in so many of these cases, where it turns out that the person has spent 20 or 30 years incarcerated, and they actually, now it can be proven with DNA or otherwise that they were not the perpetrator. I think you do find those kinds of things where this person was chosen by law enforcement, and then it was just this double down, and the system was designed to just go along with it.
Yeah, there almost needs to be some reconfiguration here. I don't know if it's a system that needs reconfiguring, or we need to make sure we're putting the right ingredients into the system so it works correctly. Ingredients being the people that are operating within it.
Yeah, ethics matter. Ethics matter. And, we see over and over again where the ethical component is just not there, and you get a bad outcome.
Yeah.
Sick of the ads?
We are too.
Start listening with no commercials now and get access to all of our episodes in advance of everyone else.
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
True Crime Today Premium Plus.
Sign up now.